Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and you're welcome to the Civilized Presence. Please give us 2 minutes to get this video visible for everyone, or Facebook to get it visible. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to grab the video. I'm waiting for it to come on. Yes, that's it. Okay. Okay. So, Sifani, it looks like you have security on your page, and so you might have to grab it from my personal page, please. Good
Okay.
morning, everyone. Hello, Beth. Thank you for being here from Kenya. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you. So we are just about to get this party started, guys. Just give us 1 second. Good morning, Martha. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, we are just trying to share this. We're about to start. Okay. Are you able to find the video? Are you able to find to share this? Um, okay. Sikarni, could you find the video on my page, please?
Uh, sure. Let me.
Yes, on my personal page, because there's security on your page and I'm not able to share this, please.
Okay. Let me pull it up here.
Yes. Good morning, guys. Yes, we are so excited and we're ready to get this started. Just give us 1 second. Trying to make sure that we have the video on Sikarni's page. Um, okay, perfect. There you go. You have it yet?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, great. So we're ready to go. Yes, guys, good morning. For those of you who are just joining us, you're welcome to the Civilized Presence. And I am so excited this morning. Guess what? It is a Tuesday morning. We've never been here on Tuesday morning. So that is great. And today's election day. Hello, Dr. Branch. Thank you so much for being here with us. And hello, Morel from London, UK. Thank you so much for being here. We've never been here on a Tuesday morning, but what better day for us to be here on a day that is election day? So I'm just going
Yes.
to remind you, first of all, go and put out your votes. Okay, that's very important. You have to do that. We have to be civilized. It's one way to be civilized to make sure that you vote and be part of what is happening in your country. See, Corny, I think there's a kind of like a backup from you. Is there another system that's on? You might have to turn down the volume of the second system, please. Yes, good morning, Dr. Branch. It's so good to have you here. So, welcome, welcome. We are up here very early because I am working with Sikani this morning. And when you have to work with Sikani, you have to be here right on time. He was here very early. And I must say, thank you so much, Sikani, for making up time to be here to share your wisdom. I'm so excited because I know it's going to be great and fun. Guys, if you've never heard him speak, listen, go and get your paper, get your pen, get your cup of coffee. I have mine this morning because it's raining here. So it was so messy and I had to get my cup of coffee. So, hello, Ladonia. Thank you so much for being here. So, we are just going to jump right into the deal of the day because we have so much to share with you. But first up, I just want you to know that this is session number 58. Can you imagine civilized presence? We've made it to 58. It is fun. We started in the month of April and we've been paddling along. And so I am so grateful to God that we've come this far. So I'm sorry. I know that there's some people on my line who are not Might not be a person of faith, but I am. So I am grateful. So thank you so much for always being here every Mondays and Fridays. And hello, Dr. Honor. It's so good to have you in the house. I am so excited. Yes. Good morning, Beth from Kenya. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone is jumping in. Hello, Esther from Nigeria. Thank you. Ize from Canada. Thank you. Susan, thank you. Let us know where you're calling from, guys. Please just comment in the box below and just let us know where you're joining us from. So yes, we've been doing this ever since from the month of April, and it has been fun. The main focus when we started and still the same till now really is to help restore civility through meaningful conversation. And we've been doing that. You can testify that I'm always here. I'm sharing some great knowledge with you, like really helping to break it down and show you how easy and simple it is for us to be civil. It begins with little things that say please and thank you, or even good morning, or just even share a compliment. And yes, I'm going to do that to Sikarni. Sikarni, you look so great this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. So, you see, guys, it's so easy to be civil. Even if you've never been civil before, you can learn something with me every Mondays and Fridays or any of my sessions. And just that's going to help you to start up your day. So, for those of you who have never ever met me before, my name is Louisa Akaiso, and I am a certified master civility trainer. I'm a Golden Rule civility statesman and a leadership expert. And if you want to know what I do, I work confidently with leaders and professionals that place great importance in themselves and their reputation to help you embrace your unique greatness and live your full potential. And that's going to be you this morning because you made out time, look at that, to be here. And so I am so excited because our audience is global. We have everybody in the house just jumping in. Hello, Kin Kon. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing their name right, but I love you. Thank you for being here. Yes, guys. So I know you're asking, who is this person on the screen? I'm going to let you meet him in a minute. But first off, let me just share with you what the definition of civility is. And we always do that in every session, just in case it's your very first time of jumping on. And I've chosen the one from Civility Experts Worldwide because I'm an affiliate of that, yes, and I'm proud to be an affiliate of Civility Experts. And it states that civility is a conscious awareness of the impact of one's thoughts, actions, words, and intentions on others, combined with a continuous acknowledgement of one's responsibility to ease the experience of others. Example through restraint, kindness, non judgment, respect, and courtesy, and a consistent effort to adopt and exhibit civil behavior as a non negotiable point of one's character. It's non negotiable, guys. There is no excuses. I'm not asking that you're civil on Monday and Tuesday you forgot and Wednesday you picked it up again, or just trying to share love and kindness only on Valentine's Day or on Thanksgiving, because sometimes a lot of us, that's the only time that we get to smile and sprinkle kindness. So now we're trying to change the narrative here. And we're
Right.
saying that you have to do it every single day. Don't expect to get anything in return. Just do it because it is great to do so. Do it because Louisa said so. No, not because Louisa said so, but do it because everyone deserves your kindness. Everyone deserves a positive treatment from you. So treat others the way you want to be treated. The golden rule. Just in case you forgot all of that I shared, remember the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And guys, thank you so much. I love that our audience are just saying hello to everyone. You see, Sikani, this is what we're doing. Listen, let me tell you, this community of great people, this is what we do. We just share love and kindness. And so if you jump on the line, we're just going to say hello to you and share some love. And we are so excited to have you here, Sikani. So I'm going to give you a minute to say hi to the audience. Over to you, Sikani.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. I want to thank you so much for having me on your show, and it's been a pleasure just even getting to this point. And I've been so excited about the information that I'm going to share with you. And I want to say hello to everybody around the world. Thank you for tuning in, for taking time out of your busy schedule to watch this show, and I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sigourney. And of course, we are so excited and geared up and just ready to learn from you. So let me tell you a little bit about who Sigourney is and why he's so special to us. Sigourney is the president and CEO of SigourneyPrints.com LLC. And that's a coaching company whose motto is introducing you to yourself. So, just in case you forgot who you were, you're about to get introduced back to yourself this morning. He is also a highly sought after, dynamic, and engaging motivational speaker, an accomplished author, and successful entrepreneur. He previously served as the president and CEO of 3D Solution Providers LLC. His business experience and 20 years plus years of marriage and fatherhood has served as a classroom for developing content for his motivational speaking. And Sikoni's latest book, and that's a book that I'm going to put the link on as soon as we get done, is Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain? Guys, you need to read this book. Listen, it's one of those books that when you pick up, you're not able to drop it down. So right after we're done, pick up the book. It's called Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain? And in this book, he explores how to discover your God given purpose and use that to live a more fulfilled and impactful life. So, what a better book for you to be reading towards the end of the year? Just in case 2018 wasn't working out, we want to start on a great note for 2019. So, I will share the link for that book right after the session. So, back to you, Sikarni. You know, what we do in this show really is to get started with the conversation by starting up with the questions. And when we start talking about it, we might have one or two questions coming up from the audience because we are so excited. And we'll just carry it on to the end of the show. So, my very first question for you this morning is, what does civility mean to you? And how does one lead with civility? Over to you, Sikani.
Well, civility means to me the importance of recognizing the value of everybody, not just the people we deem important, not just the people that have a high rank, but just every individual human being, because we all have value. I don't care who we are or where we are. So to me, what civility means is recognizing that, acknowledging that, and then operating accordingly. Now, as far as, in fact, when it comes to leadership, being a leader, recognizing that you need the janitor as well as the office manager, recognizing that everybody has their place and their role, that is so critical because people, believe it or not, they watch you. And one of the things I've learned about leadership is that whether you want to or not, you are a leader to somebody, because there's somebody coming behind you, somebody younger than you, somebody less experienced than you are, and they are looking for an example. And you may not say, hey, look at me, I'm a leader. No, but they are still watching how you treat other people, how you respond, how you act. They are looking at you. You know, there are actors that play certain roles. And one of the things they do is they do a case study. They do research on the person they're going to play, whether they are a business executive, in fact, whether they are a short order cook, you know, whether they are a college student, whatever role they're going to play, they do research and they find someone to model themselves after. They find someone to mimic. And believe it or not, there are people in your life right now that are looking to you for leadership. They're looking to you for how they handle day-to-day challenges. And you may not have put yourself up as a leader, but somebody is looking to you for that sort of inspiration, that sort of encouragement, and those lessons that you teach, even without saying a word. How you teach the littlest or smallest among you, or the less fortunate. That says a lot about who you are. And believe it or not, people are watching. They are looking at you, and they are looking to you to show what it means to be civil, even in your leadership.
Wow, that is powerful. Thank you so much, Kearney, for sharing that with us. And yes, Morel said civility means the importance of recognizing the value in everyone else. And
Right.
what a better way to say that, Kearney? That is powerful. It stands for everyone can lead or anyone can lead. But for the purpose of this session, how can one lead with purpose? Because that's very important. How can one lead with purpose? Over to you, Sikarni.
How to lead with purpose? Well, it's first of all understanding your giftedness, what you've been given and called to do. when you consider the attributes that you have, the skills and the abilities that you have, the thing that you do with the least amount of effort but has the most impact, that helps individuals and people around you, where people are glad when you show up, then that says, and that's a good indication of what your purpose, what your gifting, what your calling is. And then that should actually be the area in which you perfect your gift. See, so many people are talented, they are gifted, but they don't spend time perfecting it because they haven't really recognized it as that. And so even myself, and I'm gonna use myself for an example, I found out that I had a gift to communicate. Now, it wasn't just enough for me to just talk, but I had to learn how to effectively communicate. And I actually made an investment in myself in order to do that, because I realized that although I was gifted, I had to perfect the gift. And I'm still in the process of doing that. So I don't know what your gifting is. I don't know where you are in life. I don't know what talents you have, but you owe it to yourself and to those around you to perfect that which you've been given to do, whether it's painting or singing or, in fact, whether it's being an administrator, whether it's number crunching. There are so many things that people are gifted with. But how many of us are really putting in the time to perfect it? Because that's how you lead with purpose. Because you show people in that field, in that area, this is what's done. This is what needs to be done in order to actually take your gifting and your calling seriously. So many people are talented. So many people have gifts, but they don't spend time investing in themselves to be a better version of themselves. Your competition is really it's the person in the mirror. It's not the person next to you, it's the person in the mirror. So being better than you were yesterday, that's what I tell people all the time. Spend that time becoming a better person, and you'll become a better leader, and you'll be able to lead with civility.
Thank you so much, Sikani. I want to say welcome, Dr. West. It's so good to have you in the house this morning. I am so excited to see you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yes, that was great. And thank you. Morel says, recognizing your gifting, then perfect it. It is very important. Yes. And Dr. West says, don't just be gifted, perfect your gift. It's very important. Trying to be a better version of yourself, better than what you were yesterday. So don't try to be in competition with anyone. You are in competition with only you. Thank you,
Yes.
Sikorni. So I have another question for you, Sikorni.
Okay.
As a leader that is civil or a civilized leader, we must have a heart of a servant. So taking the focus off ourselves and measure our success and effectiveness in how much we add value to other people. In other words, servant leadership. Now, can you kind of explain or expatiate this to our audience on how one can develop the heart of a servant? Because that's something that a lot of our leaders struggle with. So over to you, Sikani.
Well, when you consider the heart of a servant, is someone that recognizes the importance of leadership. And leadership is not just about what you can do to make a name for yourself, but leadership is really for those that you're leading. Because not only are you guiding them in a better place, but you're also leaving an example for them. Again, I talked about the actors who spend time studying other people in order to fulfill that role and to play that role effectively. Well, if you realize that children are watching you, they are looking to see what kind of leader you are, then that really says a lot about how important leadership is and how you have to realize that you're serving individuals, that you're serving humanity, that you're serving your community by doing it civilly, by being that example, by being that role model for those people, because that's what's needed. Our young people need to see servant leadership, someone that's not out for themselves, that's not trying to make a name for themselves. It's not all about them, but it's about the greater good. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one. And so we need to understand the importance of leading with civility and how servant leadership is so critical, because our children, the next generation, is watching. Somebody once said that children are 40% of our population, but they are 100% of our future. And if that's the case, that means that we need to invest in them because they are going to be the ones taking over the reins. And if you understand that, what type of leader are you making? Great leaders don't make followers, they make other leaders. So we need to understand, as a servant leadership and as someone leading with civility, we have to make sure we're setting up the next generation to succeed. Not to say, oh, how great I was and I'm off the scene, but what did I pour into them? What did you pour into them? What did we pour into them so that they can lead with civility?
Thank you so much, Sikarni. Dr. West says young people can't be what they can't see. We have to show them how to serve. Oh my God,
Yes.
Dr. West, I don't know. You said that on the right day. Guys, today is election day. So go out and cast your vote and make sure that you're casting it to the right person. That's why we're talking about the kind of leader that we need this time. Just in case
Yes.
you weren't sure who you should be casting your vote for. Think about it. It has to be a leader who is interested in making other leaders, not in having followers. So thank you so much, Sikarni. And Morel says children are 40% of our population and 100% of our future. So thank you, Sikarni. That was powerful. Now, Sikarni, I have another question for you.
Okay.
A lot of times we find leaders are disconnected from what their purpose is, and maybe they haven't even found what their purpose or their why is. And that's why we're having all of the confusion all over the place. Now, Sikarni, can you please help us by kind of breaking it down? How can one find their purpose? So just say you don't know what you are called to be, you don't know why you were created, you just showed up. How can you go back and find your purpose and find your why? Over to you, Sikarni.
Well, and you said it in your question, how can we go back? And sometimes we have to do that. We have to step back. We have to take a break. We have to take a retreat and spend time, do some soul searching and understand why it is we are in the position that we're in. Understanding why we started in the first place. To me, that's so important when it comes to leadership because somebody has to lead. Just like being in a car, someone has to drive, someone has to be in the driver's seat.
That's true.
And so knowing that, that takes a certain amount of responsibility. And so if you want to lead with purpose, if you want to set up the next generation to succeed, then you have to find out what it is that you offer and what you bring to the table. And that's one of the core messages that I share with almost everybody I talk to. The importance of knowing your why, of knowing who you are and what you have to offer. I think so many people never go through life.
We're losing you.
I'm sorry?
We're losing you for a minute, but you're back now.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I know that there are a lot of people that actually go through life that never spend the time finding out who they are. They just accept what they've been told about themselves. But they never find themselves with a sense of purpose or satisfaction. And to me, that's a disservice to everybody around you. So I encourage people to spend time understanding who they are and what they bring to the table, because that makes a more effective leader. Because if you do that, you're not intimidated by other people because you realize they can do something I can't. They become an asset instead of a liability. And you're not jealous, but you're glad to have people around you that come to a different approach. I tell people all the time, surround yourself with like-minded people who think differently. Now I'm gonna say that again. Surround yourself with like-minded people who think differently. That means you're goal-oriented. Everybody has a place they're trying to get, but someone may have a different approach and a different way to get there. And one thing I know about leadership is you can learn from anybody. And once you stop being willing to learn, once you stop putting yourself in a position to where you can be taught, you are no longer an effective leader. You're no longer a civil leader. In fact, you become more of a dictator because you have all the answers. And any true, honest leader knows they don't know everything, but they know that they're responsible. And so they value the people around them. They value those people who are in their circle. And they understand that, look, I need to listen to them because they know stuff that I don't. There are people on the front line that know stuff that the generals don't. And so just getting those reports back, understanding what's going on, Even in business, there are people in the mailroom, there are clerks, there are assistants that know stuff that the president don't. But if you don't take the time to sit down and listen to them and find out what's really going on, how can he be an effective leader? How can she be an effective leader? So we need to understand the importance of being a leader that has a purpose, and the purpose is for a better organization to lead into a brighter and better future. But we can't do that by ourselves. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together.
Powerful.
If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And in order to go far and together, you have to listen to those around you. And that's what a servant leadership does.
Thank you so much, Sikarni. Welcome, James from Virginia. Thank you so much. It's so nice to have you. Welcome, Ellen from Canada. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, Cynthia from Canada again. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, Alu from, I'm not so sure where you're joining us from, but let us know. Just jump in the comment box below and say hello to Sikarni. We are dropping some great nuggets this morning. So guys, you have to hang on tight. If you're just getting here, please try to watch us on replay. And I'm going to say that again, that we need everyone to step out and cast their votes. It's the election day. This is the kind of leader that we need to vote today. So just in case you aren't sure about who you should be voting for, I'm going to post this video, and please share it on your page, share it on everyone's page, and so that people can listen that this is what we need: a servant leader, a leader that leads with civility and purpose. So that is very important. Now, if you never knew what your why was and your purpose, we just had Sikarni share with us how to be able to find or uncover your purpose. So thank you so much, everyone who is jumping in. Thank you. But I have to go back to Sikarni again. So Sikarni, this is exciting. Great. This is so good. Now I have another question for you. Now, in order for us to succeed as a civilized leader, it is so important to possess a good character. People don't want to hear that. Now, what are the dimensions of character, and how can one develop a good character as a leader? Over to you, Sikarni.
Well, as a leader, when we consider character, it's about who we are when nobody's looking. And character is something that you continue to work on day in and day out. You know, we are ever growing, we're ever evolving, we're ever changing. And so we are faced with different things. And it's actually in those moments where our character is developed, where we find ourselves making decisions that are going to affect not only ourselves, but those that we're leading. You know, I remember sharing, it's like with this young man, how just even having a family affected my attitude. I couldn't just go somewhere and get in a fight and get myself arrested, because what's going to happen to my family, to my wife, to my kids, if I acted recklessly? So even when they're not around, I have to continue to actually keep them in the forefront of my thinking as when it comes to my actions and to my character. And that's what a leader does. A leader considers the actual repercussions of their actions, and that helps to develop their character. They don't just they aren't so impulsive to where they don't think about and have any forethought for the reaction or the responsibility of their actions. And so developing your character, thinking about what you're facing and what's facing those who are coming behind you, because again, somebody's coming behind you. Somebody's following in your footsteps, whether it's a niece or a nephew, a son or a daughter, whether it's a person on a job, a young intern, a college student, a high school, somebody's always looking at you. So, and I know somebody said, well, that's not fair. Well, look, it's not about being fair. It's about what's right. If you were to spend your life with a nonchalant attitude, what are you teaching those around you? Well, life really doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter in fact what I do or how I do it or when I do it. But if you live your life with purpose, if people seeing you going after your goals and your dreams, if they see you focusing on a future that's bright, guess what? They're going to catch on as well. They are going to believe They believe what they see
Mm.
in you, how you act and how you respond. You can say a whole lot of stuff, but what are your actions saying?
Mhm.
What example are you leaving for those people who are coming behind you?
Mm.
I was sharing with somebody just a couple of weeks ago about my summit last year and how my youngest son got in a car with me because we were running around doing stuff. And without being prompted, without even having a discussion or talking about anything, he looked at me and he said, "Dad, I'm proud of you." And in that moment, although I was driving 30 miles an hour, I stopped inside because I realized something that our children are watching.
That's right.
I could tell him, "Son, go after your goals, go after your dreams. You can do anything you want to do." I can tell him that all day. But when he sees me going after
Mhm.
mine, when he sees
Right.
me doing what I believe I've been called and given to do, that gives him the fuel he needs to say, "Well, if my dad can do it, I
I
can do
can
it
do
too." And that just blew my mind because it really brought home the fact that our
it.
children
Mm.
are watching. And not just our children, like I said, our grandchildren, our nieces, our uncles, our aunts, everybody in our family.
Mm.
We find ourselves being a leader in some way.
Mm.
So what kind of leader are you?
Wow. This is powerful. Thank you so much. I have some of my audience who are joining from a different country with a different writing, so I can't even pronounce your name. But I just want to let you know that I care so much about you, and thank you for being here. This is some great nuggets, I'm telling you. Sikarni is dropping some fire this morning. So let me share a quote that Dr. West put on the screen before. It says, "I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a ship. I am afraid of an army of a sheep led by a lion." And that's from Alexander the Great. Thank you so much, Dr. West. And that is very deep. That is such a deep statement. And thank you. Yes, Dr. Orner, thank you. We are the examples that everyone is watching. That's correct. That's correct. So you have to be the change that you want to see in the world. So before we go, guys, this is the civilized presence. If you're just joining us for the very first time, please leave a comment in the box below and just let us know where you're joining us from. We want to be able to treat you as a VIP that you are. And that's why I want to say hello to you, especially because I can see a lot of people online, but the problem is if you're not directly on my page, I cannot see your name. And I want to be able to shout out your name. Wouldn't that be so cool? So just leave a comment in the box below. Say hello. Let us know where you're joining from. And let us know how much you love this session because it's been so great. So, Sikorni, I have one more great question for you. And guys, if you do have a question, please put it in the box below. The expert is in the house. You don't want to bring the question after he's gone. I'm just kidding. You can leave it even if he's gone. But bring it down. It will be great for us to work on this question right now. So leave it in the box below. Hello, Robert. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Terrence. Thank you for being here. Thank you from Chicago. Yay! Chicago is in the house. So good to have you. Thank you. We have fun here every Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. But this is a special session. It is the election day, guys. I'm going to remind you again, go out and cast your vote. Yes, I'm sounding like a broken record, but it is important. Go out and cast your vote. It's one way to be civil. You have to be part of what is happening around you. You have to be the change you want to see in the world. If you don't cast out your vote, then we might not, we will never get the right person to be around us and guide us or lead us to the future. And we want to have that right person. So go out and cast your vote, please, right after the session. I didn't say you should leave now. Another thing I want you to do is please copy and paste this, just share this on your page. Hello, Christy. Thank you so much for being here. Let us know where you're joining us from. Share this video on your page. Share it on your personal page, please. Give me some love and some hearts. Are you in the house? Just give me some love. Give me some thumbs up because Facebook wants to see that. They want to see that we are busy and we're enjoying this session and they will make it available to a lot more people. And we have grown over the past months. Listen, we have people from all over the world, and I am so excited. I'm so grateful for all of you who are always making out time to be here. So, yes, your vote is your voice by Terrence. Go out and cast your vote. But first of all, before you go out to cast your vote, hang on with us and learn who the right leader is going to be, okay? So that you can be voting for the right person. It has to be a servant leader, has to be a civilized leader. Have that at the back of your brain before you step out. Now, I have another question for you, MC Corney. There is so much happening in the media, on TV. Sometimes I'm so afraid to turn on the TV because of what's happening. People are just exchanging words and all kind of things are happening. So can you explain to us why it is so important for a leader to be able to communicate civilly? Over to you, um, Sikoni. Thank you so much.
Well, again, it's the example that we leave.
Hmm.
It's the example that we leave. I remember hearing a quote that said, "Nobody's coming, God sent you." Nobody's coming, God sent you.
Hmm.
And see, in the situation that we find ourselves in the area, in the community that we can impact, we are the change that we want to
Hmm.
see. And the importance of us as leaders being civil, how we handle disagreements, how we talk to people, how we treat people. It sets a precedence. It sets a
Hmm.
bar for those who are around us. You have, if you find an organization that has a heavy-handed leader,
Hmm.
well, guess what? The people that work for the organization, they're going to be heavy-handed.
Hmm.
But if you find an organization that has a compassionate leader, the organization takes on that personality because they know what's important. It's wrapped up in their mission statement about serving, about being civil, about treating people with dignity, honor and respect. And so that sort of leader, that sort of individual, that sort of person sets an example of humility, sets an
Hmm.
example of compassion, sets an example of community, of
Hmm.
realizing that it's not just about them and their organization, but it's about the world in which we live.
Hmm.
We are a global community. Stuff we do impacts people around the world. So what are we doing? How are we living our lives in such a way that's going to set the next generation up for success?
Hmm.
Or are we living our lives in a way to make them be more hostile toward each other? Are we living our lives in such a way to where we're setting a bad example?
Hmm.
I know for myself, my goal is to leave a legacy that people can look at and say, this is how you lead. This is how you impact the world. This is how you go after your goals and your dreams. This is how you make the world a better place. Again, nobody else is coming. God sent you to your home, to your job, to your business, to your organization. Wherever it is you are, that's where you're supposed to be. So what impact are you making while you're there?
Hmm.
So many people say, well, I need a better job, or I need a better home, or I need a better spouse. I need better children. Why not work with what you have?
Hmm.
Spend the time pouring into those. If you water your own grass, it'll be green. You look at other people where the grass is green on the other side, maybe because they're watering it, or maybe it's artificial turf. But what about your own grass? What can you do in your own area, in your own community, in your own home to make it better? That's what leaders do. Leaders make the tough decisions and they put in the work.
Hmm.
Oftentimes people think that leaders just sit back and get served, but no, a true leader, a servant leader, they're more concerned with the future than with the past. I was talking to this young man, in fact, one day, and he said that he actually got upset because his mother was she was in the living room sitting on the couch, and the remote was at the other end, and she called him out of the room. He said, "Ma'am," she said, "can you hand me the remote?" And he was like, he handed her the remote, but as he went back in the room, he was like, "I can't believe she called me out of my room way there just to hand her the remote." I reminded him, I said, what you don't see is the time she sacrificed, the stuff she wanted to get that she didn't because she wanted to make sure you have. I mean, the roof over your head, the food in your stomach, the clothes on your back, all of those things she did for you. And so her calling you, asking you to hand her the remote was a simple task. but he hadn't looked at the big picture. And I think that's what a lot of people fail to do, because leaders are under a ton of pressure. Because if it succeeds, they get the praise. If it fails, they get the blame.
True.
So even those of us who are following, we need to encourage our leaders. We need to be the type of person that you want to lead.
Mm.
That's the question that I asked. And I mean, this is a universal one. This can be applied to almost any situation. If you were a leader, would you want to lead somebody like you? Now, notice the wording. If you were a leader, would you want to lead somebody like you? Because what that does is that looks at your behavior. It's not just you as an individual, but your behavior. I'll give you another example. If you were a child, would you want a parent like you? If you were a man, would you want a wife like you? If you were a woman, would you want a husband like you? I mean, that question can be tailored for any situation. It can be tailored for any situation. So as leaders, as civil leaders, we need to look at ourselves. We need to look at what we're doing, the example that we're leaving, and understand how important it is. Because that's what's going to set our generation up for the next generation to be able to succeed. So never take for granted the position you have, because that is of those people that you were sent to serve. Again, nobody else is coming. God sent you.
Security. Oh my goodness. I felt like running under the table. Seriously, that's like the moment of truth. You have dropped some really hot nugget this morning. I am so excited. I have learned so much, guys. Listen, you need to watch this video over and over and over again, especially if you didn't have your pen and paper. I warned you before we started. I said, Sikarni is here to drop some hot stuff. So if you did not, you might have to watch this video again. Now, do me a favor. Share this on your page, guys. Share this on your page, on your personal page, on your business page. Please, we need to be able to pass on this message to a lot more people. Today is the election day. We need to make a change today. So share it on your page. So if you didn't know, hello, Kate. Thank you so much for being here. Never take for granted the position that you have. Yes, Kate. Kate is from the John Maxwell team. That's a leadership expert. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. And welcome to Tracy Ward. Thank you for being here. Welcome, Terrence. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate you making out time to be here with us. And thank you, Ruben West. This means so much to me, but you make it all happen. Sikarni, thank you for what you've done this morning. What a message that is so timely. I should have heard this like 2 days ago. So guys, if you have not found your purpose, enough of the confusion. Now, I'm going to leave the link in the comment box below. Go to Amazon and order the book from Sikarni. It's called Are You Climbing the Wrong Mountain? So if you're climbing the wrong mountain, you need to come down. You need to figure out, what should I do? Why am I on the wrong mountain? You can't keep continuing in the wrong place. And that's why we have so much anger and so much pain around, and we can correct this, guys. So I will leave the link in the comment box below. And now, if you want to be able to reach Sikarni, because I want to hear more of this message, and I'm sure you want to as well. Sikarni is still taking up clients. Yes, he is. So he's on Facebook. Try to add him. Become his friend. It's Sikarni Prince. And I have another great one from Dr. West. Oh my God, this feels so good that you're here. So a genuine leader is not a searcher for consensus, but a molder of consensus. Wow. And that was from our father, Martin Luther King. That is great. Thank you so much, Dr. West. That feels so good. Feels so good that we're in the house and we're just holding our hands together and we're ready to make the change today. Guys, don't forget to vote, please. Yes, I'm sounding like a broken record, but don't forget to vote. You have to cast that vote. I would love to vote, but I'm Canadian. Can you imagine? Can we just make some adjustments and allow other people to vote? I'm kidding. It can't happen. So we have the website for Sikarni here, sikarniprince.com. There's so much you're going to learn from him. Sikarni has a weekly video and that's on YouTube as well. So if you follow him, you can get access to all of those great nuggets. Let me tell you guys, I have been having fun with all of these videos. I'm telling you, till very late last night, I was still listening. He has so much to offer. So I don't want to listen alone. I don't want to enjoy alone. Go, I'm ready to share. I'm a good leader. So I'm going to share with you. Now, go and follow him on YouTube. He's right there. Great videos, great contents. Can you look at what we just shared this morning? So if you could start your day every day in the bathroom with Sikarni, I don't mean you want to get on a video call. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, play one of his videos and listen to it and get your day started on the right notes. Then, of course, you're going to have a great day. So, guys, I want to say thank you so much for being here. We have come to the end of the session, but thank you so much. Now, if you're still struggling with finding your voice, uncovering your purpose, you are in the right place. If you're still struggling with being civil, with how to become a leader, you're in the right place. Now, the only thing that you have to do is simple. Send me an email. My email address is Louisa at the civilityacademy.com. We have a lot of training programs that are coming up. And I just want to say thank you so much for all of the feedbacks that we've been getting. We've been getting so much feedbacks, and people said, oh my God, Louisa, how can we be part of what you do? Yes, this is the time. We have a lot of trainings coming up even before the end of the year. In Virginia, we have in Houston. Martha is in the house. We have in Florida that's coming up. Just send me an email and I can get you connected with the right person. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Terrence. Thank you. Thank you. It is a great show on Be Live TV. That's correct. I am excited, and it was great to have you. You made it greater, Terrence, and I hope to see you again. And guys, we're always here every Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much, Morel. The session was brilliant because you were here. Thank you. I really appreciate you. And guys, do not forget, treat others the way you want to be treated. It's very important. Every time, ask yourself a question. If you're a wife, like Shikani has said, would I be a husband to my kind of wife, right? How would I feel if I was a husband to my kind of wife? And if you're a child, ask yourself the same question. It's very important. That's the moment of truth. It's easy for us to lay blames and complaints and nag around. But when you ask yourself that question, trust me, you will find out what the truth is. So I hope to see you on Friday for another wonderful and powerful session. People are still joining. Hello, Ed. Thank you so much for being here. Please just hang on tight and watch this video. I'm going to make sure that I leave it here on replay because you need to listen to this. So welcome, Terrence. Welcome, Ed. Thank you. Let us know where you're joining from. I'm sorry that we have to go because I want Sikani to be able to come back another time, because if I don't let him go now, he might not come back, and I'm not being civil if I don't respect his time. So thank you so much and have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye, and remember, go and cast your vote, please. Go and cast your vote today. Thank you and have a good day. Thank you, Sikani. God
You're
bless
welcome.
you.
Thank you.